Hello, welcome to day 5. Today we'll be exploring the Inventory Command Center. Today we'll create inventory items, set prices, adjust and count inventory levels, combine inventory through an auto build process. The MYOB AccountRight package has a basic inventory management solution which is adequate for many businesses. Even if you don't use inventory, have a look through this section to see if you will benefit in any way from using the features. Now, some businesses try to use MYOB AccountRight software to manage businesses that they were never meant to manage. If you are working in a retail store and your business perhaps requires the use of a till, look at MYOB Retail Basics or MYOB Retail Manager if you want to stay within the MYOB family. Those options are probably more suited to that environment. If you have complicated inventory that includes multiple warehousing and negative stock, you may have to look at a bigger package as well. So what I initially want to talk to you about, is perpetual and periodic inventory. So before we even look at MYOB, I want to talk to you about this so you have an understanding of what the differences are when you set up inventory, so you can judge what is best suited to your own business. So if we look at the first one, which is perpetual inventory, in this system the inventory is continuously counted. So whenever anything is bought or whenever anything is sold, it's continuously counted. It recognizes all purchases and sales and any adjustments that are made. So how does that affect things? On the profit and loss, you see the sale and you recognize the cost of the sale. So when you enter an inventory item, you recognize, when you enter an inventory sale, you recognize the income from that sale, and you recognize at the same time the cost of actually purchasing that inventory item. Now, when you run a stock take, let me pop over here. When you record the delivery of goods, you have recognized the stock number. When you enter an inventory purchase, it is recognized here over in inventory. That's where it's actually recognized, in inventory. And when you actually sell the good, it leaves inventory. So the sale of the good recognizes the income, the cost of the item, and it leaves inventory. When a stock take is undertaken, income values, cost of sale values, and inventory levels can all be adjusted. Now, that is a very good method if you've got simple inventory and you can really manage it, and you'll always know where you are, where you stand with your inventory system. If you have periodic inventory, if you, however, use the periodic inventory system, this means you are not counting the inventory as you are buying it in or selling it out. So you may be in a situation that you're not interested in counting the inventory, or it moves too quickly for you to monitor in your small business, and the time involved in monitoring it is not worth the actual information that you produce. So when an inventory item is delivered, nothing is affected. When you enter an inventory purchase, it is recognized at that point at cost of sales. So when you enter the inventory purchase, at that point it is recognized. When you recognize an inventory sale, at that point income is recognized. So you'll see, if I can highlight here, I'll highlight here, this is particular difference. So when we enter the inventory here it went into inventory, but here it went straight to cost of sales. So that's the big difference there. And in the income, when we entered the sale, yes, we recognize the sale, But with the perpetual inventory system, the one that continuously counts the inventory, it recognizes the cost at the same time, and it recognizes the inventory reducing from the inventory balance. And with the periodic inventory, where we don't count the inventory, essentially where we recognize the inventory is when we do a stock take. So at end of period or end of financial year, we do a stock take, and that's where we go through and update all these figures. We run a stock take in both systems. We hope the perpetual inventory system will have minimal adjustment, while the periodic inventory system will have a large amount of adjustment. So it will depend on what suits your business, how long it takes you to record the information, what sort of information you're trying to generate from the inventory, which system you are going to opt for. If you opt for perpetual inventory, you can then, if you then want to go to periodic inventory system, you actually have to create a duplicate inventory item. You can't just change it once it has history on it. So that is a bit of a pain. And over the years, I have seen people start with one system and then move to another because either they wanted more information or they wanted less information. So think about that before you set up your inventory. Sensational. So I'll just pop back. So what I want to do is, let's see if I can move you across to my other screen. Okay, sensational. I've moved you across, and now you're looking at the MYOB Command Center. Now, the first exercise you're going to do on page 164 is you're going to enter lots of general ledger accounts. So I'm going to show you them. Click on Accounts, Account List. I've already entered these, so I didn't think that you wanted to watch me enter it because you've gone through this process before. I'm just going to highlight, in case you don't have the book in front of you, which ones you'll need to enter. So you'll need to enter these ones here. Okay, so pause the screen if you need to go ahead and enter them. That is inventory header account with equipment inventory, health food inventory, and DVD inventory. These are sitting under assets, and they're sitting as other current assets. Now, pause the screen if you still need to enter those, and I will move on. I'm going to income, and here in income you will see that we have created 4 accounts here. Inventory income, equipment income, health food income, DVD income, and they have GST on them. So make sure you add that GST there. And what else do we want to add? We want to come here to cost of sales. So I do not add my inventory lines into expenses, I add them into cost of sales because it is cost related, directly related to the sale. So here I have another 4 items there: inventory cost of goods sold, equipment cost of goods sold, health food cost of goods sold, and DVD cost of goods sold. And what I also have, I should highlight here, is stock write-offs. So if you have a situation where you're writing off stock. So have a go, add those in, add the GST codes in, pause the video, move the video back if you need to. So as well as adding those accounts in, I'm going to close down from that. On page 165, it also suggests we need to add 2 new suppliers. So if you click on your card file area, click on your card list, click on the supplier tab. The 2 new suppliers that we needed to enter were Fitness DVDs Australia. So that's here. So I've just simply gone in there, Fitness DVDs Australia, and called it a supplier and clicked OK. And the other one we want to add in is Health Food Supplies. Health Food Supplies, choose supplier, and then hit OK. This will enable us to work with this will enable us to do some various exercises. So I'm going to click Close here, and I want to go and have a look at the creating an inventory item from page 165. So let's click on Inventory, Items List, And up the top here where we have the green four-sided cross, click on New. And this is where we go to create a new inventory item. You can see across the top you have 6 tabs: Profile, Items Detail, Buyings Detail, Selling Detail, History, Auto Build. So the first two fields in this window are item number and item name. Before you launch into creating your inventory, it's a good idea to give some thought to some consistent naming conventions. So when you're going to name the items, think about how you're going to consistently name all of the items. If, for example, to the item number, if you've got different countries, you may add AU, US, CA to it, meaning Australia, US, or Canada. Maybe that will signify your source country. You also may, some businesses will use their supplier item code as their own item number, which is completely fine. So there's more discussion on that on page 167. You can go through and think about how you're actually going to name your item number. So in this instance, I'm going to type in Y, and I'm going to call it yoga mat. So very simple there. And I'm going to tab through. And what I want to highlight, that if you precede the item number with a backward slash, so if I had actually gone backward slash, the number will not appear on the printed sale or purchase, only the description will appear there. So Y would no longer appear there, only the description would appear there. Okay, I'm going to click on, I'm now going to click on these options down here. I buy this item, and the account I'm going to choose is 51410. I sell these items, and I'm going to choose 41410, and I inventory. And I'm going to choose 1-1410. So you'll notice, oh, why did that pop out? That popped out there. That was, sorry, 51410. You'll notice that when I hit Asset Account for Item Inventory, the window on the right-hand side opened up, or this sort of area on the right-hand side, which actually has more information available to me about the inventory. So you'll see a snapshot of information, the quantity on hand, the current value, the average cost, the amount committed, the amount on order, and the amount available. This is only available if I have that inventory option selected, which is interesting. So what you'll notice is for this particular one, I have opted to I buy, I sell, and I inventory this item. And you'll also notice what I have done, I've been very careful in the numbering that I've selected, because when I create a lot of inventory, I want it to be as easy as possible for myself. And so I've selected 1-1410, 4-1410, 1-1410. So I very easily know which is mapping to each other. And in this particular case, we have equipment. So I'm very clearly identifying equipment income, equipment cost of goods sold, and equipment inventory. So if you opt to use a perpetual inventory system, the majority of your items will be linked to iInventory. Items in a periodic inventory system, however, will not be linked to iInventory. So many businesses may have a bit of a mixture between perpetual and periodic, so don't stress about that. Now what I would like to show you, if I can, let's see if I can move the screen across again. Didn't like that. Oh, yeah, there, I've got it. Okay, what I'd like to show you here, let's see if I'll click there. Okay, what I'd like to show you here is an outline of what I have done. I have inventory, which is my asset, income account, and cost of sales account. And what I've done is I've looked at the inventory of this business. This was a gym. This was a gym, a health food sort of business, and they have equipment, they have health food, and they have DVDs. Now, I looked at the sort of inventory they had, and I grouped it. Now, you may have just go, well, I don't have any grouping, I've just got one thing. Or you may go, well, oh, yes, I do. I sell dairy foods and I sell dry goods, and you may split it like that. By splitting it like that, I'm generating more management information for myself really, really, really easily. So if you do it at this stage, if you look at your inventory, sit down and go, okay, what are the different types of inventory groupings I have, and then talk to your accountant about it or your business advisor about it, split it down, and then work with it. And so what I did was everything gets the prefix, the suffix inventory, and then I define it. So equipment inventory, health food inventory, DVD inventory, and then DVD income, DVD cost of sales. So once I've identified what my categories will be, everything falls into place. And you can see again why I talked about my numbering. 1410 carries across, 1420 carries across, and 1430. So if I actually, I'll move back to my other screen. If I actually came to this screen and these weren't matching in numbers, anyone would be able to quickly look and go, that's not right, these aren't matching in numbers, there's a problem there. And then I am in a position to do something about it. Okay, so hopefully I've identified and clearly explained that. Go and have a look at the chart of accounts that you created. In fact, I'll do that right now. I'll highlight accounts, account list. When I created these, I put them all here and then I sum them together. So the header account sum them together. So if you have inherited an inventory, if you have inherited an MYOB data file, you may have one single inventory line. And so I've gone, no, I want more than that, and I've split it out and defined it. And so that is my one single inventory line, gives me the total there, which is sensational. Okay, so where's my thing gone? I'll go to Windows, item information, it's popped down here, and I'll expand on that. Sensational. Okay, let's have a look at what else we've got here. We'll go through and we'll click on the item detail tab, and here we can add a picture, which is a really great idea. Add a simple picture of the stock. Here we can add some descriptions, so maybe biodegradable, better spell it right now, hadn't I? Gradable, eco, latex free yoga mats. And notice here the option, use item description on sales or purchases. So you could tick that and use it on your sales or purchases if you wanted to. I'll click on the next tab along, which is buying details. And here under buying details, I have the last purchase price, what I last purchased it of, the standard cost. So in here, I'm going to actually put in $8. So that's the standard agreed cost, maybe that I've agreed to purchase it at. The buying unit measure, so this may be something like case or kilogram or each or hour, etc. And you would type it in there. And when I purchase this, how many units do I purchase? And up here, the tax code when bought. So I'm going to put in GST there, the tax code when bought. Down here, this is really useful management information to save my time. Minimum level for restocking alert, 200. And down here, primary order supplier for reorders, fitness equipment sellers. So this is who we typically buy it from. And then I'm going to have their supplier number, which is Y100. Remember I suggested before, I could have, see my number is up here, but I could have very easily have gone, oh look, why don't I just use Y100? And many businesses will do that, and it just makes it simpler because you refer to it internally as that number, and then when you need to go and order it, if you do order it from the one person all the time, then that makes life a lot easier. And what we're going to do here is default order quantity is 25. Well, that didn't type in for me, 25. Now, what happens is when it does go below 200 in the business, in your to-do list on your command panel, it will pop up and remind you that you can purchase. It will remind you that you are below stock, and it will create a new purchase order for you with 25 orders on it. So that will save you time in actually making a purchase. Clicking on selling details here. This selling details you have up the top here, base selling price, so this is the typical base selling price that we opt for. Selling unit of measure, again, we have that, again, we talked about on the buying details side, again, selling and buying and mirroring one another. Number of items per selling unit, we're leaving as 1. Tax code when sold, you could put something different here, but in this particular instance it will be GST. I have the option to say prices are tax inclusive or exclusive, and I have the option here to calculate sales tax on actual selling price or different levels of selling price. I'm not really sure when you would use different levels because I think you would always be calculating sales tax on the actual price that you sold it on. So this area is quite interesting. This is a matrix, a pricing matrix. So in this situation, how it is currently set is that if you have, if you purchase from me at any level, it will sell at $16. At any level, it will sell at $16. However, I just want to show you. If I click on lists, custom list and field names, items, and then, oh, no, I did the wrong one. Lists, custom lists, items. Let's see if that's giving me the right one. List entry. No, that's giving me the wrong one again. Lists. Item, price levels. Sorry, I should have chosen price levels. Custom list and field name, price levels. Okay, and this is the name of my price level. So I can come in here and type in warehouse, overseas, and then maybe to big customer, and then retail. So I can actually go in and name the different options here and see how didn't pop up there. If I click on refresh, oh, and it didn't pop up. Okay, that's not good. Custom list, price levels, clicked OK. F5, oh well, that didn't pop up. It normally will pop up, so that's a problem. Okay, but that's possibly just a feature issue at the moment, but that will change soon. So what you have here is if I then came along and I purchased 10 and I tab through, I can actually come in here and change the price. So if I purchase over 10, I could maybe change the price down to 15 or 14, and I have the different opportunities to purchase from those people, and I can then add another pricing matrix in. I actually have the opportunity to add quite a few pricing matrices in there, and I can change the prices depending on the different person. Okay, so that shows you how that pricing matrix works. This, I'm sure, will sort itself out soon, but unfortunately, I just didn't sort it out there. clicking on history, this shows me previous history of any purchases or sales of this particular inventory, and I can click back and see previous years as well. So it gives me a high-level summary of what's gone on there. And then in auto build, this allows me to combine inventory items together. So perhaps if I had a gift basket and I wanted to combine presents plus the basket plus the paper to wrap the basket up, this would actually allow me to do this, and we'll have a look at having a go at doing this at one stage later on. So I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to add bio to the dictionary, add, and I've created that inventory item. So I've actually now created that inventory item. We don't have anything on stock, but we've created it. So I'm looking at page 175, and I'm going to create a Zomba Shaker, okay? The Zomba Shaker inventory item. So let's pop out. Page 175, click on inventory, click on item list, click on new, click on item number is going to be ZS, Zomba Shaker. Zomba Shakers, and I'm tabbing through, and this particular item is going to be I buy, I sell, and 51410, and the description will be toning sticks. So up here we're going to put in here toning sticks, and buying details tab. If I click on the buying details tab, it's going to be have a standard cost of $7.50. The primary supplier for reorders will be health food supplies. The supplier item number will be ZS100, and the default reorder quantity will be 10. And the base selling price, if I click on my selling details, will be $16.50. Okay, so that's entered all that. And that has now updated that information. That information just must have been timing thing there. So that's now updated that information there. Okay, so you can see that pricing list has worked through. So click OK, and we'll just add that. And we now have those two inventory items. What I want you to do now is on page 177, there are 5 inventory items for you to create. So we're going to go through the process of creating those. I'll see how we go with that. We click on new, and the item is health food bar, and I'm going to call it health food bar, and this is I buy, I sell, I inventory. So I'd quickly tick all of them and then go and choose what it should be. So that 20, 2, 2. So that's all attached to health food, which makes sense. And for this particular one, the buying details, the standard cost is 1. The tax code is GST. The buying unit measure is bars, BARS. Minimum level for restocking is 20. Primary supplier for reorders is health food supplies. That's great. Supplier item number is HB100, and the default reorder quantity is going to be 100. and we'll click on selling details. The base selling price is $2.50. The tax code when sold is GST. The selling unit of measure is HB, health bar. And that's great. We've created that one. Click OK. And I'm going to create a new one, clicking on New. And this is a health food shake. Health food shake. And what I'm going to do is pop down here and click on this option here, copy from. I'm going to copy from, OK, and I'm going to copy from the health food bar because a lot of the information was similar. Use item, and that has filled out. So let's check. I needed to have 51420, 41420 and 11420 there, so that's great. I had nothing in the description. When I pop over to the buying details, the standard cost comes through at $166. The buying unit of measure is actually a sachet. Oh, and it actually doesn't allow me to put in something as long as sachet. So I'll just put in T sachet. Okay. The grey area doesn't allow you to type in information in there, okay, because that's a grey area. Minimum level for restocking is 20. Again, we're stocking from health food supplies. And the supplier item number is health food supplies 100, and the default order quantity is 100. Let's pop over to the selling details, and the selling details base selling price is $3.50. Tax code when sold is GST, and the selling unit measure is HFS, and I'll click OK on that one. And that's created that. Then I have 3 more to create, but again they're very similar. Clicking on them, new, this will be DP01AU, and there is DVD Beginner Pilates. DVD Beginner Pilates. And let's click on I buy, I sell, I inventory. And this one is linked to the inventory account. Oh, look at that. That wasn't good. 51430 30. Sometimes it lets me do it. Sometimes it doesn't. So DVD, DVD, DVD. And then in my item description, it is a 6-part beginner Pilates DVD set. 6-part beginner Pilates DVD set. Have I spelled that right? Beginners Pilates. Oh, what doesn't it like about? No, add to dictionary. Pilates, add to dictionary. And let's go through that. Standard cost is $15. GST buying unit measure is DVD. Minimum level for restocking is 10. Primary supplier is Fitness DVDs Australia. Brilliant. And the item supplier number is DP01AU, and the default reorder quantity is 10. And clicking on selling details, the base selling price is $39.95. Tax code when sold is GST, selling unit measure DVD. And I'm going to click OK there. Fantastic. Oh, I thought I added that. Just change to beginners. Okay, ignore. Brilliant. And I'm going to add just 2 more quickly. DY01AU, tab through DVD beginners yoga. This one I'll copy from, okay, copy from that one, use item. That's all come through. I won't put the description in, I won't take time putting up the description. In the buying details, that could have come through, but it didn't. Standard cost is 15. Minimum level for restocking is 15. Default reorder quantity is 10. And selling details came through. All of that came through. So that was good. Click OK. Click Ignore All. And one more to create. DM01AU, which is DVD martial arts. And this one we'll copy from, okay, we'll copy from the yoga one, use item, and we'll pop here to buying details. Let's have a look what our buying details are. Standard cost 15, GST, minimum level for restocking is 5, 10, supply number DM02AU, and selling history $39.95. Phew. Okay, brilliant. So we've created all of those inventory items. Now what I want to do is show you how to actually create an auto build. So I want you to, we're going to create one new item, which is going to be new, and we'll call this HFC, and this will be health food combo. We'll tab through, we'll tick, not too stressed who it's going to, but I'll just choose health food, so it's obviously going to go to the health food because it's health food combo. And what I want to do is pop over here to auto build. So I want to show you how the auto build works. Minimum level for restocking, I'll say 0. What it takes to build, I'll just leave it as 1. Over here I'm going to add an item number, and this will be health food bar. Tab through health food bar. Oh, and I have to have a quantity of 1 in there. And then health food shake, and I'm going to have a quantity of 1 in there. So this is an auto build. Notice that when we went to search for items, only items that had iInventory were available for us to add here, and this would have to be available in iInventory. So this would have to be iInventory as well. Let's have a look here. So it gives you a way of actually creating groups or different sort of inventory packages. So gift, buying details, gift. See, that's come through. See, that comes through as a default on other things, and so you'd have to actually go through and override the actual amounts you wanted to put them in at. So I don't have a specific amount there, but we could go through and override them. Oh no, we do have a specific amount. Sorry, we do have a specific amount. And if I click on profile, 41420, we don't buy these ones in, so I don't need to tick I buy them. I can put in a description in there, lunch, yummy, health food bar and shake combo, so I'm looking at page 179. If I look at the selling details tab, this is $5, And the selling unit of measure is not gift. We're going to type in combo. Brilliant. And we've put in that information. So you can see, clicking OK, we have that information and we have the items list there with all those different options on hand. So now what we would like to do, I want to show you some information here. So if we go close, now if you go to the menu bar and click on Setup, Preferences, all other windows need to be shut, so click OK and it shuts all windows. Click on Inventory, and if you select Use Standard Costs as the default on purchase orders and bills, it will come through and pre-fill the information. So it's just saving you some time perhaps when you're doing it. So I've ticked that and I'm going to click OK. We're going to now go to the Purchase Command Center because we want to purchase some inventory in, and we actually have to go through and that process of doing that. So click on Purchase Command Center and click on Enter Purchase. And in this particular situation, we're going to purchase from Health Food Suppliers, tab through, and the layout came through, but we really want it to be an item layout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here on the zoom arrow, and I'm going to click here on Buying Details and select that as item. Oops-a-daisy, sorry. Select that as item, and I'm going to click OK. But it won't actually change anything here. It will next time, but this time it didn't. So I'm going to select Layout and select Item, OK, and in future it will change it to Item. The date is the 1st of November, so 1st of November and just 2000. Oh, that 1st of November 2011. The supplier invoice number is Caplock HFS 1001. So Health Food Supplies 1001. And the purchase consists of, let's come over here, 50 health food bars, and let's go to the next line, 50 health food shakes, and then the next line, 10 Zomba Shakers. So what I've done is I typed in the 50 here, and it went through and suggested that that's what's been received. That's the number that have been received. I've put in the item number that I knew. The description has popped up. The price has popped up automatically, and the total has calculated. If I wanted to allocate it to a job, I could at this stage. I think I can also move the width of this columns here, which may be useful if the description was a bit longer. Now, before you record this, I'd like you to go Edit, Recap Transaction. And you can see what's happening here is a purchase is being raised and it is crediting trade creditors. Trade creditors is a liability account. We now owe $208. See, that maps in with what that is. We owe $208. We have debited health food inventory. So we have debited health food inventory $120.91. That means we now have assets, health food inventory assets of $120.91. But we have also recognized equipment cost of goods sold $68.18 because one of those items wasn't set up for inventory. So the item that wasn't set up for inventory, which is probably the Zomba because it's equipment, it has not been set up for inventory. So it is just going and being recognized as equipment cost of goods sold. So it's going to be recognized in the profit and loss statement on today's date, whereas the other items will be recognized when they're actually finally sold. It's also recognizing $18.91 of GST paid. So click close on that. Maybe I put the wrong figures in there because it's slightly different to the book. 18. Let's have a look again. Edit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record that, and I'm going to say no to that. So what I'm going to do is move to page 183 and go through the next exercise. This is another exercise where we make a payment for record a purchase for DVDs, and we're going to make a payment for health food supplies. So I'm going to click cancel here, and to record the purchase I'm going to click on enter purchases. The purchase will be from Fitness DVDs Australia. The purchase order number will be DF, or capital lock I prefer, DF 6973, and the date is the 1st of November 2011. That's what I'm choosing. And I'm going to come through 100, item number DP01AU, and go to the next line, 100 DY01AU, and then to the final line, 100 DM01AU, and I have a list of those items there, and that has all flowed through for me. So I'm going to simply record that, clicking on record, clicking on no there, and I'm going to now process the payment for the health food supplies purchase. So I'm going to cancel here, and I'm going to say pay bills, and type in here health food supplies, tab through, and the actual previous bill is sitting there, and I come down here and click pay all. I want it to come out of my ANZ account, so it's quite straightforward. We've done this before. Here's my ANZ account I want it to come out from. I click pay all for it to come out. The amount applied is 208. The amount applied here is 208. That's all flowed through. What I want to do is make sure that it comes through on the 12th of November. So I'm going to type in the dates there, 12th, 11th, and I might have paid that by EFT. I'm not sure how I paid that. Okay, and I'm going to click record there. So with that, what we're going to do now is we're going to receive some goods without a delivery note. So as we just have discussed on day 4, items can be received without a supplier bill. So let's suppose a delivery of the following assault accompanied by a delivery docket but no bill was received from Health Food Supplies. So on the 15th of November, we're going to receive 30 lots of 10 lots of health food bars, health food shakes, and Zomba Shakers. So cancel here. Let's go to the Inventory Command Center and click Receive Items down here. Down this option here, Receive Items. The background is this gelato green, and at the top you can see it's actually selected Receive Items. Enter Health Food Supplies. Brilliant. The date is the 5th of the 11th. I'm just going to type in 5th there. The supplier invoice number, we don't know that yet because we don't have the invoice yet, so leave that blank. In the purchase block, enter 10. See that says ordered, and then in the received, we're going to put in 10 because we've actually have received them. Recording this transaction will actually create an order. So the order column needs to be equal or greater to the quantity received. We're going to put in item number HFB. The dollar value is not typically reported on the delivery docket. Okay, just in case if you're comparing to a delivery docket. 10 in the ordered column, 10 in the received column, and then HFS. HFS, tab through, and on the third row again, 10, 10, and this will be Zomba Shakers. It's making you feel very fit doing this work. Okay, so we went to look for Zomba Shakers. So on the third row we tried to enter 10 in the ordered column and 10 in the received column, and then 10 ZS. But you'll notice that ZS is not available from the drop-down list. The business is not recording inventory of the Zomba Shakers, and so when the delivery arrives, MYOB AccountRight is not set up to record the stock delivery of this item. So go back and remove the entry. So we just tab through. We're going to just go right-click, delete line. So delete line. So I've deleted my line. And then we're going to go on the menu bar. We're going to click in here, and we're going to go Edit, Insert Header. So this is now a header. And in the description column, so this column here, it's not very wide, but we can make it wider. We're going to say 10 times Zomba Shakers. So it's not inventory, but we're recognizing that we've received them in. Okay, tabbing through, and we're going to go menu recap transaction, edit, recap transaction, and when you do this, it asks you to specify an account for receiving items. And click OK. OK. Oh, cancel. We don't want to erase that information. So we're going to see if we can record that information before. Okay. It's frustrating. It wants us to erase the information now. Continuing will erase all the information. So I'm going to have to go ahead, and we have here, I can receive items without a supply bill, and we'll choose, see if we've got 26500. Okay, so we're going to create a new account. Click on New, and this will be not a it'll be a liability account. Other current liabilities, 6500. Items received. Items received, and I'm going to click OK. Items received, click OK, and unfortunately it looks like we have to go back in and recreate that account. So I'll just quickly go back in and show you what that looks like. So I quickly went in and recorded that again. That was a bit of a pain, wasn't it? And now if we go edit, recap transaction, we can see what's happened here is that the items received have gone to the credit account, this liability account, and we're recognizing the inventory in the health food inventory, but we're not actually recognizing the Zomba Shakers. And we'll click record. So now I'm going to cancel out of that. Oh no, I've got another exercise to do on page 186. I'm going to record the delivery, some more deliveries from health food providers, and it's not that one, so I'm going to go cancel. And ordered it was the 15th of the 11th, the date came up that was correct. 15 units of 15 received. Health food bars, tab through, 15 units, health food shakes, tab through, and that's simply what we're going to do, and we'll click on record on that. Sensational. Then cancel out of there, and what we need to do is now we need to enter an inventory sale. So let's pop over to the Sales Command Center, and the sale of inventory is processed through the Sales Command Center, which we reviewed on day 4. So let's go in here and click on Enter Sale, and this sale will be to Fig Tree Gardens, and we'll tab through, and we don't want that, so we're going to cancel that. And Fig Tree Gardens, the sale is dated 17th of November, 17th the 11th 2011. Custom PO number is, let's put that in, it's FTOCT 482, and the description is, now we're going to have inventory, so it's not come up as an inventory because Fig Tree Gardens, remember we've used that before and it's never really had a requirement to do inventory, but we just click on there, click inventory, changes this layout here, that's great, and it's going to be one unit of health food bar, and pop down here, 1 unit of health food shake, and 1 unit of Zomba Shakers. And that's all going through. That gives you total of $24.75, and just you may like to recap the transaction again. Edit. You don't have to do this all the time, but I'm just explaining what's going on here. So what we're recognizing is here we're selling. What we're recognizing here is that we're selling this goods. So we are now going to be owed $24.75. We're recognizing that what we're selling has income associated with it. So we're recognizing that income, and we're recognizing that inventory. See, the inventory amount has been credited. So the inventory amount has been reduced, the asset has been reduced, and that amount there is now being recognized in cost of goods sold. So the inventory is being matched against in the profit and loss. So we'll click close on there. And we'll click record on there. Fantastic. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to page 188, and we're going to, we previously created a purchase order for fitness DVDs. We're going to convert that purchase order to a bill and pay it. So I'm going to cancel out here, pop into purchases, click on enter purchases, and it defaults to receive items, but I'm just going to click to bill and type in fitness DVDs, tab through, and nothing popped up. So we created a purchase order for fitness DVDs. We did. So let's go and have a look. Cancel, erase, purchase register, calling up the correct date range. Quotes. Okay, maybe I'm on the wrong side. Maybe it's in purchase sales. Sorry, maybe I've gone to the wrong area. 2010 fitness DVDs. Okay. Okay, so I've got fitness DVDs here, and it was converted to a bill already. So I'm just going to click on that, and I'm going to record payment on it. So I'm going to click payment, and the date is the 12th of the 11th, 2011. The full payment has been made out of the ANZ account, and that's great. And I'm going to click record on that. Sensational. That's great. Record, and I'm going to cancel out of that. Cancel. Close. Now, you have the opportunity in inventory. I'm going to pop into my inventory command center. You have the opportunity in inventory to set item prices. You can see my option here. So all businesses need to change their current selling prices from time to time, and there's a few shortcuts in MYOB. So if you go into the set item prices, and you'll see that all the items that are sold linked to I sell are listed here, and the current price column can be edited. So let's have a look at that. So that all the ones that I can sell are listed here, and you can come in here and edit their current price. Basis, interesting here, you have option this average cost here or last cost, their option there. At the top of the window is the field basis for calculation with the two options. The average cost is the value of the item divided by the number of units on hand, and the last cost is the last purchase price. Now, as noted, the selling price can be edited in the current price column, or you've got these shortcut options up here. So you can see these shortcut options up here, which opens up. So you could actually go through and do a calculation based on percentage, percent markup, gross profit, or rounding method, and update the selected items or update all items that way if you wanted to. Okay. So I'm going to cancel out of that, and I'm going to cancel out of that. So you'll recall that we discussed the auto build feature earlier in the section with reference to the health food combo. To help you understand what's involved in auto building, let's work through an example. So the Fig Tree Gardens has ordered 10 health food combos. So let's go to our inventory command center and click on the auto build items button. And the window opens up. Note the columns are actually interchangeable, just in case you wanted to know that. And the none button at the top will reduce the quantity build value to 0. So you've got up here, I could actually put in here 50, and then for some reason come here and change that to none. Sets all amounts in the quantity build column to 0. So, and just changes that to 0. So in the quantity to build column on the health food combo row, enter 10. So we're going to enter here 10 because that's what Fig Tree wanted. Tab through. The unit entered must be a multiple of the figures entered into the field. So list what it takes to build X inventory units of this item. Then what we can do is click Build Items button. So I'm going to click the Build Items button. And what has happened is the Build Item window has opened up, or an inventory journal. Now I know this is an inventory journal because it comes up here and it has actually IJ there. Okay, inventory journal there. And what has happened is you've got the quantity there, -10, and then you've got 10 there as well. So you have the various pieces of information there, and it's explaining what's going on. So we're taking 10 units out of HFB and 10 units out of HFS, and we're combining them into health food combined, which is this health food combo that we've created. We're going to do that as per 1st of the 11th. Let's do that. 01, let's change the date in there. 01/11/2011, and we're going to record that. Sensational. So that has created that combo item. So what else would we like to know? On page 193, we talk about undertaking a stock take. So I'm just going to cancel out of this to my inventory command center. A stock take is account of the business inventory on hand, usually done at the end of the financial year, or some businesses may carry it out more regularly. A stock date updates the asset account, the inventory account, and the cost of sales account. And once completed, the accountant can reconcile physical stock and inventory records and highlight any variances. Armed with accurate information about stock movements and stock on hand, the business owner can take the necessary action in regard to theft, slow-moving items, damaged stock, technological obsolescence, and warehouse processing, and make informed decisions about the business's inventory. So it goes through various steps that you can use to go through and undertake your own stock take. And one of the reports you can use is if you go to reports, if I click on reports here, and under the inventory tab, there's an inventory count sheet. So let's see if we can see that. Inventory count sheet. See, here's the inventory count sheet. And I'll click display. So these are inventory count sheet, and this is what you would print out and give to your staff who are conducting the stock take. And you've got here option first count and second count, but actually what you would want to do is you want to not actually tell them what number was on hand. So we would actually want that removed. So if I click on, no, not that option there. Filters. No, not that option there. And that's just stayed with me. I would click here on show hide, and I would actually come here and item on hand I would hide and click OK, and you can see there that I no longer have what's on the number. So I clicked on show hide and hid that, and that hid the number. Then I'm in a better position to do my inventory count. Okay, so we're nearly come to the end of this section. So what we're going to do now is just go through adjusting inventory. So I'll just scroll to the bottom of that, and I'll just go File, Exit from there, and close down my report. So inventory may need to be adjusted for a variety of reasons. So we're just going to go through an inventory adjustment exercise. The owners of the gym have undertaken a stock take and realized they need to reduce the quantity of stock on hand as follows. They want to take 9 units of health food bars and 9 units of health food shakers. So let's go to the inventory command center, which we're at, and click on adjust inventory in this top right hand corner. Enter the date, 1st of the 11th, 2011, 01/11/2011, and enter adjust inventory to reflect the stock take in the memo field. Adjust inventory, oh, sorry, capitalize that. To reflect stock take in the memo field. Leave the year-end adjustment window unchecked, so it's not really a year-end adjustment as it's been made on the 1st of November. In the first row, type in the item number, which is HFB, tab through, and the quantity adjustment is going to be -9. We're reducing it by -9 as the value is being reduced. And as you tab across, we're going to, in the account number field, select 5/2000 accounts there. The second one down is HFS, so health food shakes. Again, we're reducing it by -9, tabbing through, and that has come through, and that again is going to be stock write-offs. Stock write-offs is a cost of sales account, so that's an expense account. And let's have a look at the journal entry of what's been created. Edit, recap. The journal entry has my stock write-offs happening, health food inventory, and my health food inventory there with my stock write-offs adjusting to reflect the actual stock take that's happened there. Click close, click on record, and that will affect the actual stock on hand. So if I click cancel and click on my items list, you'll see that that has been reduced by that amount. So that's sensational. We've come to the end of looking at Inventory Command Center. We've come to the end of looking at the Inventory Command Center. We've gone through creating inventory items, understanding the concept of perpetual and periodic inventory, understanding how inventory is purchased and sold and assembled through auto builds, and how to undertake stock takes. Thank you.